Good morning, good morning. William here, William Jordan. This is Conscious Raising Art, and we're continuing from yesterday, which was the concentration, cosmic concentration. And I gave you a brief outline about why we want to concentrate and what we're going to do and what you can expect to get out of it. So today, as promised, I'm going to give you the first step of that process. And it's very simple to do. It's called Mind and Body Relaxation. Now, mind and body relaxation is just the intentional effort to yoke together, to yoga together, your mind and your body through your breathing. All right? And again, as I said yesterday, the body's going to tell you, it's a biofeedback where you need work. You know, if you're getting tense, thinking about something that's going to happen in the future, you're going to tense up, right? Anxiety, fear, maybe, thinking about something that you did or didn't do in the past that makes you depressed, okay? Nevertheless, mind and body relaxation is the key that can unlock the elimination to all that stuff, all right? So let's just do it right. We're gonna do, right? Okay, so we're gonna do it right, and what we do, so you're going to sit in a chair, let's say, or on the floor. If you can do a yoga pose, you want to do that, you sit in the chair. And what you want to do, you want to get a piece of paper, say from a notebook of some type, right? You get a notebook like this, right? Take a piece of paper, take a page out, right? What you do, you're going to draw a dot. Right, you're going to draw a dot in the middle of the page. Right? You take that dot out. You take the page out. Put that either on the wall in front of you or on the floor about 2 to 3 feet in front of you on the floor. And that's your focal point. That's what you're going to focus on. All right? So it's between you, the dot, mind and body. And what you'll observe is that the dot will actually start to move. You'll have interdimensional activity. How you like that word? Interdimensional, right? Cool word, right? All right, so now let's get right into it. I'm going to show you how to do it. So you're going to release your breath, and all the breathing we're doing at this stage is through the nose only. There's no mouth breathing, right? Let me tell you a quick story. The Apaches, they would train the young men in the art of war. They give them a mouthful of water. This is in the hot Arizona desert. They give them a mouthful of water and say, look, come back here, run 5 miles, come back here with the same mouthful of water. And if you don't, you got to run it again, okay? So that tells you how valuable nasal breathing is. All right, so you're going to release all the air, release. Now, I'm going to say take. You can take in for a count of 5, 6, 7, or 8, whatever's comfortable for you. All right? So you're going to take in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, let's say, and release. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Taking it, hold for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and hold. 3, 4, 5. Take. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. Okay? So that's the mind and body relaxation. You can do 5, 6, 7. You try to do them to the. I have an analog clock here. You do it to the seconds. You can do whatever you want. There's no locked number. There's no locked rhythm. There's no locked beat. Just do it. I wanted you to do it though for 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Okay, 5 minutes. And we're going to build gradually. 5 and 5 and 5 and 5. So stay on this one until I give you the next thing to do. Okay? You have to, and I'm not going to give you, I will give you in the next step, I will give you, even maybe in this step, I'll give you like written instructions, what to do, and all that kind of stuff. But I know if you're like me, you want to jump ahead because you think, you're just curious. But I'm not going to let you do that until you show me that you've done it. All right. So, that being said, let's jump into now. Today is Wednesday, and today is Cosmic Kitchen Day. What that means is we're going to talk about, sustenance, stuff that sustains us emotionally, physically, mentally. All right, and that's like food. And then the thing today is like, from Elijah Muhammad, whether you like him or not is not the point. The point is that he wrote a book called You Are What You Eat. Now that's vital. That's key. You are what you eat. You are what you think. You are what you breathe. And you are what you drink. Now these particular things, right, foods, waters, and stuff like that, they are our servants. And if we think about it in that way, we can work with them so that they can serve us to the max. For example, let's take, people always talk about, when you sit at a gathering, you want to bow your head and all that stuff. Why, I don't know. You're giving thanks, but those things have already been given. You don't have to give things. That's just part of the deal. But it's more appropriate if you were to take time out to commune with your food and ask and tell it to do something great for you, to nourish your body, your mind, your spirit. Communicate with your food. Make a relationship with your food, as opposed to just gobbling it down. Now, Cosmic Kitchen supports vegetarianism, but we're not going to get into making you think that you have to eat, vegetables. You can continue to eat whatever you eat, fish, poultry, meat, and all that stuff. You can do all that. I just know this, that for me, those kind of things, especially chickens and stuff like that, raw meat, they're void of moisture. And so when I ingest it into my system, it gets stuck in there because there's not enough moisture to get it out. That's just me. That's my experience. But let's not digress. So now you can take your water, for example, or your food. You take your food, you bless it. What I call you consecrate your food. It's an intentional act. All this stuff is about raising your consciousness. See, art is just not about drawing stuff. That's very one-dimensional. Herbert Marcuse. Art is not one-dimensional. And as your famous jurist said, Benjamin J. Cardozo said that, I'm paraphrasing, he said, the law is one seamless web. And I'm just paraphrasing by saying life is one seamless web. Everything is related, except in our way of fractionation, everything is divided up because I don't know why, It used to be a time in education, for example, that all subjects were taught together. But now all of a sudden they have to be fractionated. And so we don't see the relativity, the relationship between A and B, C and D. They're just separate studies unto themselves, and life has gone that way itself. So what I'm saying about your foods, of course, there's what they call food combinations you want to get into. We'll get into much deeper. But basically today I just want to say that we have the power to use our food to elevate our consciousness, to make us healthy. All right? And so now that's food. Now water, I'm going to get into that right now. We're going to talk about Dr. Emoto from Japan. He did a series of studies called the water studies. And in those studies, he documented, so that you guys can believe it, because if I tell you, you won't. He documented scientifically, maybe you don't like his science, but, he shows you 2 samples of water molecules. One sample is the polluted sample. It's all rusty looking, brown. And he takes that water molecule, he puts a finger in the water, and he tells it to get better, to heal itself, to be pure. And the next molecule of the same, next photograph of the same molecule, it's crystal clear, white, clear. Okay? What does that say? Well, Sadhguru says that, you know, these things, water is susceptible to frequencies. So we can talk to water in a way that enables it to help us based upon how the conversation we have with it. Same thing with your food. It's the food's a little different, and that's why you don't want to cook the food, because the cooked food, it loses its transmutability, let's say. The stuff is raw, even though it may not be the best selection, and it's hard to find good produce these days, even at the big behemoth, you know. It's just, and that's why I favor a lot of the powders, but be that as it may, you know, these raw fruits, the raw vegetables, they have more life in them. They're closer to life than a dead carcass, you know. Now, if you were killing a cow or something like that on the spot, then it would be juicy red, rich with nutrients, you know. But that's too grotesque. We become civilized. We have to have it go to the slaughterhouse, let it drain, and all that stuff. All right. And by the way, the meat that you see in the store, it's not really red. That's red dye in there. All right. That doesn't really matter, does it? All right. So the point I'm making today for Cosmic Kitchen is, as above, so below. As within, so without. So like, we have the ability to work with stuff outside of us in a way, our foods and waters in particular, that can help us elevate our consciousness, all right? Can help us be more productive. And, you know, I have a productivity claim as well, you know. Productivity is not about, and for me, it's not about, you need formulas, you need procedures, but productivity has to start with you. You know, that's why when we do the concentration on a daily basis, we're working with our natural tool. The natural tool is our mind, body, and spirit. All right? You know, like I said, we're not focusing on a bottle, all right? We're not focusing on a pen, all right? And spoons aren't here today, but, you know, like in the movie The Matrix, how the lady bends the spoons and all that stuff. But we're going to bend your internal environment to a healthy one. Going to make it, you know, raise your energy. That's all I can say. So that's where we are today. I know I rambled on trying to get it all together, but every Wednesday we're going to have Cosmic Kitchen. And the Cosmic Kitchen starts with, you know, how you think. All right? It's not about what you eat per se, because you have the ability to alter what you eat. That's science. Maybe it's not science that you know, recognize, or accept, but it's a science. Because if water can be altered by frequency, and most things have water in them, then who said there's no limit? As long as there's water in there, right? We can communicate, we can regulate. So with that in mind, think about it. Enjoy your day. Eat whatever you want. You know, now, and in closing, remember there's natural and unnatural foods. We'll get into that later, but the point is, eat things that have a high water content. I love watermelon, okay? High water content. And you could, you know, and to prove what I'm saying to you, now they have these vitaminized waters. You can take a water and you can say, I want to put XYZ vitamin in there by power of intention through your concentration. All right? This is Will I Am, Will I Am. I am Will. See you next time. Tomorrow we're going to be doing Cosmic Designs. Cosmic Designs is where I get to show you up close what I do and how I does it. How I does it. All right? So until then, peace out. Ciao.